Imagine being able to converse without uttering a single word, to gaze into the heart of another's thoughts, to forecast events before they unfurl. Such abilities, you may think, belong squarely in the realm of science fiction, bestowed only upon special beings in far-flung galaxies. Yet what if I were to tell you that such powers potentially dwell within you waiting to be set free? That this is not merely the whimsy of dreamers, but a tangible reality waiting to be unearthed? What if we, mere mortals, could unlock and harness the power of telepathy, extending the reach of our senses beyond what we perceive as possible? Can we tap into this invisible wavelength and traverse a path of understanding and connection hitherto unexplored? Join me, dear traveller, as we embark on this riveting journey towards unlocking the enigma of our minds and the mystic capabilities that may reside within us all. Welcome to the thrilling exploration of telepathy. Couched in legend and lore, telepathy has long been considered a special realm of the gifted few. However, the winds of change whisper tales of this enigmatic skill being within the grasp of each one of us. All it takes is tracing the threads of thoughts that crisscross this unseen labyrinth, diving into the depths of our minds where magic meets the mundane. Let's illuminate the clearest forms of telepathy first. Sightings of telepathic connections are often recounted by those who share familial bonds twined by blood and love, with identical twins basking in the spotlight. Without a sound, they echo each other's thoughts, as if picking up invisible signals. Pain sensed in an absent twin, sudden awareness of the other's distress miles away. The synchronized souls defy scientific explanation. But is it limited only to those twins? Or can we all sense the nudges of minds we connect deeply with? Now dream a little with me. Hasn't it happened to all of us, at least once, where the wisps of a dream carry an uncanny similarity to the dreams of another? Dreams are our minds untethered, reveling in a realm unhindered by the physical world. Yet they have a mysterious way of tangling up with the dreams of others, projecting shared narratives. Could it be that our sleeping minds are naturally savvier at tapping into the telepathic realm, a nocturnal network of consciousness interplay? Shifting focus from the sleeping brain to the chaotic chorus of our day-to-day interactions, think about the times you found yourself finishing someone else's sentences or voicing the same thoughts simultaneously. These moments, albeit fleeting, trigger a sense of intrigue. Could they be hidden indicators of our minds being capable of silent discourse, merely waiting to be deciphered? Ponder upon the mysterious instances of mothers seeming to possess superhuman senses regarding their offspring. A child falls and scrapes its knee miles away, and the mother feels a sudden surge of concern. A marked blending of instinct, intuition, and telepathy. A woman's intuition, they say. Yet is it not a tantalizing glimpse of our innate telepathic prowess that can be honed with focused intent? Moving beyond the realm of humans, there's a wellspring of knowledge to glean from the intricate interplay of nature's interconnected web. Examine the unspoken dialogue between bees swaying in coordinated harmony, wolves howling in communion, or dolphins clicking and whistling, painting murals of sonic soundscapes. Are animals, in their unaltered, intuitive state, more closely entwined with the telepathic frequency that we humans have veered away from in our march towards civilization? These enumerations barely scratch the surface of telepathy and its varied forms. As we journey deeper into the crevices of our minds and the vast cosmos of interconnected consciousness, let's remember that telepathy is not a destination, but a mystical venture into the boundless capacities of the human psyche. Keep your senses sharpened and your hearts open as we delve deeper into this captivating saga. The human mind, a luminary amidst biological phenomena, brims with stupefying power and unparalleled complexity. This intricate cradle of thoughts and emotions remains one of the universe's grandest enigmas, holding within its grasp tantalizing marvels such as telepathy. Let's marvel at the brain, an iridescent canvas where billions of neurons crystallize thoughts, weave dreams, and summon consciousness. Within this neural cascade, info packets hurtle across intricate networks, embracing a silent symphony that enables us to perceive, emote, and create. Submerged beneath this prominent spectacle, however, exist latent corridors of the subconscious, corridors where trails of telepathy may ripple. Indeed, the subconscious mind is our unmarked treasure trove of instinct, dreams, and uncanny premonitions. It does not merely record past events, but seemingly intertwines with spectral threads of the world, perceiving nuances beyond the conscious mind's reach. Harnessing this undercurrent, individuals have glimpsed flurries of future events, snapshots of realities yet unfolded. Take, for example, tales echoing from the glittering world of gambling. Individuals who, against all odds, rolled out jackpot after jackpot. They bypassed mere stroke of luck, their winning streak underpinned by a strange instinct, a subtle gut feeling whispering the next triumphant move. Through this internal compass, they reaped fortunes. Then we delve into the world of risk-filled poker, players outmaneuvering rivals not merely with bluffing skill, but arguably through an invisible pulse of understanding. Like silent whispers carried by subconscious winds, they read their opponents' masked intentions, guiding them to the perfect call. And amidst the wide swathe of lottery winners, have you noticed unusual testimonies? Tales of vivid dreams predicting the winning numbers, matching the reality down to the final digit. How can we dismiss these incidents merely as coincidence? These thrilling exploits offer glimpses of a profound truth. We are all potential seers, intuitive geniuses, merely scratching the bare surface of our capable minds. Residing within us all are these dormant telepathic streams, waiting to be navigated, ready to unveil secrets untold. The intricate dance of neurons in our brain may indeed be capable of more than conscious thought. It may connect us beyond physical boundaries, imprinting thoughts across the vast canvas of collective consciousness. The key, then, isn't to search far and wide for these abilities, but to look within. As the ancient axiom implores, know thyself, for within us lie the uncapped wells of telepathic prowess. Once we unlock these realities and dare to dream, act, and perceive beyond ordinary perceptions, we may just catch a glimpse of our mind's magnificent capabilities. Through the mind's malleability, we not only bend the reality around us, but also tap into the silent dialogue between souls sympathetically entwined. The concept of telepathy, much to many rigid rationalists' dismay, refuses to stay neatly tucked into the pages of fantasy fiction or the jumbled gossips of superstition. It's a contentious subject, lying at the crossroads of folklore, mysticism, and cutting-edge scientific exploration. Skeptics abound, their arguments echoing across the centuries, resisting the notion of perceived realities that cannot be dissected in a laboratory or numerically quantified. Yet, let's step out from the sanctuary of empirical skepticism and venture into the heart of culture and history. Even the stern-faced historian cannot deny the persistent presence of telepathic themes, enmeshing themselves deep within the fabric of global societies. From the ancient Sanskrit texts of India, enchanting tales of sages echo, communicating through mental wavelengths and predicting outcomes of epic battles. Moving westwards, recall the Oracle of Delphi, the ancient Greek priestess who dabbled in prophecies and cryptic messages, attributed to her telepathic connection with the divine. And let us not forget the Aboriginal Dreamtime stories from the heart of Australia. Here one might explore the songlines, invisible pathways crisscrossing the continent, along which ancestral beings are believed to communicate across time and space. Shifting focus to the spiritual indigenous tribes of North and South America, their profound connection with nature gave birth to accounts of telepathic communion with the earth and its creatures. Legends of shamans transcending the bounds of the physical self, communicating silently with the spirit world, paint vibrant strokes of telepathic lore. Walking into the scientific realm, telepathy tiptoes into the fringe of neuroscience with theories such as quantum entanglement, offering a quantum breadcrumb trail towards understanding this mystic capacity. Critics will argue that the quantum world remains detached from our human-scale reality. Yet quantum phenomena like superposition and entanglement have disrupted the traditional laws of physics, provoking us to question what we deem possible. In the hallowed halls of parapsychology, luminaries such as Dr. J.B. Rhine, Russell Targ, and Dr. Harold Puthoff pushed the limits of scientific acceptance through pioneering telepathy and psi research at esteemed institutions. Despite formidable criticism, their studies highlighted statistical anomalies suggesting the tantalizingly real presence of telepathic abilities. Indeed, the road to understanding telepathy is a winding one, interspersed by shadows of skepticism, the twinkling stars of open-minded inquiry, and the glow of cultural testimonies. It mustn't be a journey taken lightly, but none can deny its alluring pull. The prospect of unraveling such an enigma, interlaced so deep within our society, history, and even our biology, keeps alive the intrigue that surrounds telepathy, a fascination passed down through the annals of time. Debunked or not, fact or fiction, telepathy and its siblings serve as reminders that the journey of discovery and understanding has far from ended. And what a wondrous journey it promises to be. Let us delve deeper into the meandering labyrinth that is our neural network, the million-fold cobweb spun from billions of neurons, each firing and signaling, pulsing with the symphony of synaptic conversations. The question we find ourselves pondering is, could this ceaseless symphony carry the undercurrents of telepathy? To answer this, we venture into the realm of mirror neurons, the puppeteers of empathy. From an endearing imitation of a parent's smile by an infant to a bystander's wince at a cyclist's fall, these empathetic enablers ensure we mirror the emotions of those around us. Some neuroscientists and psychologists postulate that this cellular empathy is a gateway to telepathy, enabling us not just to echo others' emotions but their thoughts, an unseen puppet dance across the neural stage. Moving beyond the confines of our grey matter, we encounter an enigmatic field known as the morphic resonance, proposed by biologist Rupert Sheldrake. Sheldrake argues that there exists unexplored communication channels between animate and inanimate matter, an energy matrix undetectable by current scientific instruments, an echo of telepathic possibilities waiting to be understood. Sheldrake's theory dances intriguingly on the borderlines of quantum physics, where scientists discuss potential mechanisms for telepathy. Enter the puzzling world of quantum entanglement, a mind-boggling concept where paired particles mirror each other's states instantly, no matter the intervening distance. If our minds house such quantum entanglements, perhaps it allows for instantaneous thought transfer, an eerie mimicry of telepathic communication. And where does all this information transfer and reception occur? Consider the pineal gland, often dubbed the third eye, an intriguing piece in the telepathy puzzle. Some theorists believe this tiny pine-cone-shaped gland may be the antenna for receiving and emitting telepathic signals, an endocrine radio station, if you will. Furthermore, consider the role of electromagnetism. Every thought you have generates a unique, minuscule electromagnetic field. Think of it as your thought fingerprint. Proponents of electromagnetic theories of telepathy propose that highly tuned sensitivities may allow some to perceive and decipher these tiny thought-generated fields, thus translating into telepathic abilities. While the world of scientific investigation awaits more robust, replicable research, these theories and conjectures do provide food for thought. Could the orchestra of biology, in concert with the elusive symphonies of quantum physics, be playing a telepathic tune that we are just beginning to hear? Whether this intriguing feat of biological wonder is fact, fiction, or somewhere in between, it challenges us to transcend conventional boundaries and relentlessly question, ever propelling us towards unknown horizons. It is a journey of the inquisitive mind, catching whispers of possibilities carried by the winds of scientific exploration. In the dance of telepathy, emotions do not merely play a supporting role but are often the lead performers. A heartfelt connection, a deep-seated bond, often appears to fling open the doors to this elusive form of communication, enabling messages to leap between souls and traverse the inscrutable dialogue of thoughts. Imagine, if you will, a mother suddenly awakens in the middle of the night, a shivering premonition fluttering in her heart. Miles away, at that very moment, her child stumbles, is caught in an uncalled-for accident. Is it sheer coincidence that her maternal instinct, cradled in their shared emotional fabric, stirred her from sleep? Or could it perhaps be an illustration of emotional telepathy, a whisper of distress picked up by an intuitively tuned-in heart? The scientific realm, as cautious as it is curious, has dipped its toes into these anecdotal waters. Dr. Dean Radin at the Institute of Noetic Sciences led one such exploration, piloting a series of presentiment experiments. Here, in a controlled environment, they exposed one participant to various stimulating images. This person's emotional responses surprisingly coincided with simultaneous electrical skin changes in a distant, isolated partner suggestive of an intriguing emotional telepathic link. A multitude of similar explorations have begun to dot the scientific landscape. Another noteworthy study undertaken at the Maimonides Medical Center delved deeply into the seemingly magical realm of dream telepathy. Through their nocturnal experiments, they found strong correlations between the emotional theme of a picture a sender focused upon and the receiver's dream patterns. This strange connection was observed mostly between closely bonded individuals, further reinforcing the emotion-telepathy link. And we mustn't overlook the countless anecdotes that color the canvas of daily life. Often there are spine-tingling stories of twins who, distanced by continents, experienced a simultaneous, inexplicable pain, only to discover later that, at that very moment, their counterpart had been in an accident. Those worldly bonds of emotion, it seems, might also be links capable of transmitting telepathic empathy. The landscape of emotion and telepathy remains a vast, relatively uncharted territory. The glimpses we've received from both personal narratives and scientific ventures point towards an intimate connection. Whether emboldened by the sway of strong emotions or deep bonds, telepathy stretches its elusive tendrils, often in moments of extreme emotional turbulence, love, fear, pain. These shared experiences bind us together, offering glimpses into each other's minds, silently and remarkably connecting us on levels we are yet fully to comprehend. As we now journey on to explore how this phenomenon emerges in the natural world, let us carry the key insight from this realm. Telepathy seems entwined with the language of the heart, and may just be emotion's silent echo. Let our journey now take us from the bustling cities and cacophonous human chatter into the soothing wild realms where nature spins her ancient tales. Let us tune into the unique symphonies that each creature adds to nature's grand orchestra. Might these symphonies hold a telepathic harmony, camouflaged within the regular rhythms of the natural world? You might remember observing this in everyday life, a dog whining by the door minutes before their beloved human arrives home, or the uncanny synchronization of a flock of birds twisting and turning in the sky in breathtakingly perfect harmony, as if one single organism. Behold the science-defying migration of the monarch butterflies, journeying thousands of miles, generations apart, to reach the exact same destination. Covert communications carried on invisible wings, perhaps. Deep within the oceanic blues, the sea mammals lend another layer of complexity to this picture. Dolphins, for instance, are famous for their sophisticated sonar communication. But could there be another dimension to their conversational prowess? Intricate, coordinated hunt maneuvers and anecdotal tales of deep bonds formed with human trainers allow a peek into the potential telepathic scene beneath the sea. Even going beyond our biosphere, the magnetic precision of birds' epic journeys from one pole to another is more than a mere feat of navigation. These avian globetrotters seem to share a hidden compass, one that orients their collective flight paths and allows avian social networks to magnetically chatter across great lengths. Paralleled by the striking synchrony in meerkat societies, the nearly psychic collaborative hunting of wolf packs, or the silent, synchronized dance of honeybees, there might be more than meets the eye and the ear. Such behavioral harmonies raise questions about the very nature of interspecies communication, beyond the grasp of human senses. While the direct study of telepathy in animals remains a challenging road, coursing through unexplored wilderness, the awe-inspiring unity of instinctive behaviors certainly thrums with telepathic undertones, muting the sounds of skepticism with a melody of cryptic natural wonder. The lessons that could be learned from these ancient natural narratives are precious. They gently remind us that communication isn't solely about words and sounds. It can thrive in silence too. It can echo across unbridged distances, whisper through the thickets of time, and it can unite, silently, fundamentally, and beautifully. As we continue this exploration, let the wisdom of the wild whisper in your heart, reminding us that deep within nature's cradle lie answers yet unborn, waiting to be discovered, layer by layer, mystery by captivating mystery. Just as ancient mariners navigate the uncharted ocean guided by the lighthouse beam, let's turn towards charismatic figures etched in history who form the guiding lights in our journey of exploring telepathy. These individuals, their experiences, and the controversies they ignited, act as luminous beacons, bringing the elusive concept of telepathy from the realms of the abstract into the tangible facets of human existence. From research labs to performance stages, from silent whispers to public demonstrations, their stories provide an intriguing vantage point into understanding this mysterious phenomenon. Perhaps the most famous is the American psychic Ingo Swann, renowned for his work in remote viewing, a form of telepathy. He collaborated with the Stanford Research Institute, where his alleged abilities were tested under controlled conditions. Swann wowed researchers with his seemingly uncanny ability to perceive and describe remote geographic locations. He was later employed by the government in a program known as Project Stargate. His work and abilities have been documented in numerous books and remain influential in parapsychology circles. The Israeli-British illusionist Uri Geller rose to fame with his extraordinary public demonstrations. He thrilled audiences with claims of bending spoons, fixing broken watches, and even erasing floppy disks with his mind. Though critics often dismiss his acts as mere parlor tricks, Geller's followers believe he uses telepathic abilities to achieve his feats. In the 1970s, researchers at the Stanford Research Institute investigated Geller's supposed psychic powers, documenting instances that they claimed could not be explained by conventional means. Branching into the world of academia, we encounter Dr. J.B. Rhine, often dubbed the father of modern parapsychology. While not telepathic himself, his research into extrasensory perception, ESP, at Duke University incorporated many personal accounts of telepathy. His rigorous scientific approach to psychic phenomena brought these topics, typically dismissed as fringe science, into a more serious light. Lastly, we turn to the unique case of the silent twins, June and Jennifer Gibbons. These British twins were known for communicating only with each other in a private language. Their idiosyncratic behavior and deep bond led many to speculate that they shared a form of telepathic connection. These accounts, from the scientific to the sensational, create a colourful mosaic of telepathic experiences. Each story, each individual contributes a thread to the complex tapestry of telepathy. Despite the waters of this realm being infested with controversy, they invite deeper exploration, provoking us to challenge our preconceived notions and remaining open to the marvels of the enigmatic human mind. As we delve further into the realm of telepathy, you might find yourself wondering, could I possess such abilities? Can I unravel this mysterious potential locked within my mind? Fret not, dear traveller, for several cultures, doctrines and practices suggest that we could indeed foster these uncanny abilities. Let us now embark on a journey to explore how you might unlock your inner telepathic potential. Commencing this intriguing voyage, we turn to the soothing grounds of mindfulness and meditation. Ancient wisdom traditions advocate for these practices as pathways for self-exploration and inner peace. By quieting the relentless hum of our relentless thoughts and grounding ourselves in the present moment, a more profound state of awareness awaits. This tranquility, this heightened state of consciousness, could be a fertile ground to nurture our telepathic potential. Try meditating with a trusted friend. Send out thought messages and emotions, and see if they can pick them up in their tranquil state. Hand in hand with meditation comes the practice of intuition. Like a muscle that strengthens with use, refining your intuition calls for consistent practice. Start by trusting your gut feelings. They often arrive without explanation, like whispers in the wind. Pay heed to these fleeting instincts. Take notes of them, analyze them in retrospect. See when they are right and when they lead astray. Hone this skill and realize the power it beholds. Another interesting avenue is the exploration of dreams. Throughout history, dreams have been perceived as gateways to alternate realities. They are realms where time, space, and consciousness intertwine in a mysterious dance. Practice dream recall, maintain a dream journal, reflect on their symbolism. Invite a partner into this exploration. Try dreaming together, aligning your shared thoughts, experiences, and emotions before sleep, and check for mutual themes upon awakening. You might be surprised by the enchanting narratives that unfold in the subconscious realm. Experimenting with synchronicity could also yield insightful results. Observe when you think of something and it suddenly happens, or someone calls out of the blue while they were on your mind. While skeptics would attribute such instances to mere coincidence, researchers like Carl Jung entrench them as meaningful coincidences, a manifestation of underlying psychic conditions. Our journey concludes with the twilight realm of silence. Often the absence of words creates a fertile ground for non-verbal communication. Spend quiet moments with loved ones. Absorb the silent symphony around you, the unspoken language, the subtle cues. Sometimes understanding might arrive in silence as you perceive, resonate, and perhaps telepathically communicate. Remember, dear traveller, unlocking telepathy is akin to setting sail into a vast, mysterious ocean. The voyage is not always assured, the waters not always calm. There will be waves of skepticism, gusts of disbelief. Persistence, patience, and open-minded exploration are your trusted companions on this elusive quest. It is less about reaching the destination and more about the journey, the stunning landscapes of the mind you uncover, the deeper connections you form, the silent harmonies you might discover. It's an exploration of self, a journey into the depth of consciousness, an attempt to fathom the unfathomable, the human mind and its potential. And in this vast ocean of mysteries, who knows what mystical treasures you might uncover? As we navigate the uncharted waters of telepathy, it's easy to envisage it solely as the resource of psychics or the domain of science fiction. Yet if we pause and observe, we might notice subtle hints of this mystical connection invisibly threading through the fabric of our everyday life. Consider the deeply intuitive moments when words become superfluous between the closest of companions. Who hasn't instinctively finished a sentence for a dear friend, or made an impromptu, identical choice with a beloved sibling? Such incidents perplex, leaving us toying with the thrilling possibility: could it be telepathy? Experiences of profound sympathy and empathy can often bear the fragrance of telepathy too. When a mother awakens from deep slumber at the faintest whimper of her child, or when a loving partner's mood shifts unknowingly in tune with their significant other's triumph or despair. One might label this as coincidence or deep familiarity, but the possibility of a telepathic connection remains a tantalizing proposition. Then, there's the magical symphony of coordinated group performances. Imagine an orchestra performing an intricate concerto, or a soccer team executing a slick series of passes on the field. Is it just well-rehearsed skill, or could there be an unseen telepathic thread guiding their shared harmony? Another everyday enigma arises from our digital lives. Have you ever thought about a person you haven't connected with for a while, and surprisingly, their message flashes on your screen? Or found targeted advertisements haunting your browser, with products oddly resonating with your unspoken needs and desires? While most of these instances could be explained through algorithms and big data, some instances are just too peculiar to brush off as mere technology. Does our psychic energy interact with the digital realm in a way we yet don't fully understand? Even within the seemingly mundane, like a shared laughter at a private joke or an instinctive cooperative action in a crisis, the symphony of telepathy might be subtly orchestrating in the background. While always elusive and often hidden in plain sight, these moments of unspoken understanding, high synchronicity and profound connectedness, albeit seemingly ordinary, might harbour an extraordinary secret, the secret of daily telepathy. As our journey into this realm continues, we encourage you not only to observe but to be part of these telepathic connections. Immerse in the flow of silent communication, listen carefully to the unsaid, and tune into the subtle vibrations of parallel thoughts. Who knows? You might just discover that telepathy is less an elusive phenomenon and more an intrinsic part of the enchanting symphony we call life. In the enthralling lure of telepathy, it's easy to get swept away by the novelty of potential capabilities. Yet it is in the realms of the extraordinary that we must most consider the ordinary principles of ethics and caution. As we delve into the uncharted lands of telepathy, let's put on our lens of prudence to inspect the ethical considerations and risks associated with unraveling such mystic abilities. Embarking on this path, the paramount tenet is respect for privacy. The human mind is a private sanctuary, a haven for personal thoughts, emotions, and memories. Should telepathy be an attainable feat, it could easily transgress into violation of this intimate territory if exploited without consent. Just as we value the sanctity of our homes and dialogues, we must uphold the privacy of our internal world. Imagine knowing every thought of your friends, family, or even strangers. A frightening prospect, isn't it? Hence, telepathy, if existent, must always be accompanied by explicit consent, respect for personal space, and an intimate understanding of boundaries. A potentially lesser considered but equally crucial aspect is the psychological toll of telepathy. Should we be privy to unfiltered opinions, harsh thoughts, and critical judgments, it might imbue our minds with doubts, insecurities, and conflicts. We must remember, not all things rosy are meant to be seen. Not all thoughts spun in the wheel of mind should be heard. Without a mental barrier shielding us from others' unfiltered thoughts, we risk getting drowned in a sea of mental noise, provoking anxiety, confusion, and distress. Telepathy, if existent, also poses risks of manipulation and deceit. If thoughts could be read, they could also be projected. Telepathy might, albeit hypothetically, allow one to steer another's cognitions, inject ideas, or manipulate emotions. This possibility is akin to a psychic arms race, where thoughts become weapons and minds, battlegrounds. Thus, the potential dark side of telepathy urges acknowledgement and cautious approach. Diving deeper into the mystical, we encounter the unknown unknowns. As we prod and poke into the mystical world of consciousness and telepathy, we might inadvertently stir the veiled forces, the ripples of which could be beyond our current understanding. The mystical, the supernatural, and the arcane have always been enshrouded with an element of risk, mystery, and unpredictability, warranting a prudent approach. Thus, in the thrilling journey of telepathic exploration, we must not forget to carry our moral compass, our sense of caution. Telepathy, if existent and exploitable, is not just a skill to hone, but a responsibility to bear. It calls for respect, understanding, and most importantly, restraint. For sometimes the most profound wisdom stems not from knowing others, but knowing and respecting ourselves. For in the end, being ethically magical is what enriches the mystic journey of Sundusk Sagas. As we meander along the winding trails of telepathy, we stumble upon a mesmerizing link, a link to the mystical, the magical, the enchantingly arcane. Yes, dear travelers, telepathy, beside being an entrancing exploration of human ability, might also act as a hidden door, a door that swings wide open into the unseen realms of the mystical world. Let's imagine, just for an ephemeral moment, that telepathy exists beyond the realms of fiction. What a bewildering bridge it could be. A bridge that spans the gap between our everyday reality and the mystical ether, merging the ordinary and the magical into a single, vibrant tapestry. The potential of telepathy could paint a more profound picture of our interconnectedness, a mystical web that binds us all. If thoughts and emotions could indeed traverse this realm, free from the confinement of words, imagine how deep, how pure, how sublime our connections could be. Telepathic ability could allow a glimpse into the very essence of another being, fostering a deeper understanding of their experiences, their emotions, their soul, thus expanding our realms of empathy. But the mysticism of telepathy does not stop at deepening our connections. It also nudges us to revisit our relationship with nature. If our minds are capable of such extraordinary possibilities, it only adds to the magnitude of magic inherent in the world around us. Birds that navigate thousands of miles with precise accuracy, vegetation that communicate via an underground network of mycelium, animals that sense natural disasters hours before they're striking. Could there be a whisper of telepathy in these remarkable feats? It makes us wonder about the numerous unexplained mysteries of nature, the yet unseen magic humming gently under its verdant mantle. With the possibility of telepathy, we also underscore the mysticism within us. Herein we unlock a new perspective of viewing ourselves, not merely as physical beings operating on physiological logic, but as radiant entities capable of unseen, mystical connections. We are drawn towards the ephemeral echo of our inherent magic, our latent possibilities, and the realm of inexplicable that dwells within us. In essence, the allure of telepathy echoes the intoxicating allure of the mystical. It feeds our inherent curiosity, the deep-seated longing to explore, to understand, to transcend beyond the seen and touch the hidden, pulsating vortex of the unknown. It is a call to adventure, a path less tread, a glimpse into the enchantress we call life. As we build our saga around telepathy, we embrace not only a possible human potential, but also the enchanting mysteries, the unspoken connections, and the mystical brushstrokes that paint this grand canvas of existence. It's a journey into the mystical, a journey that each Sundusk Saga encourages you to undertake. As we conclude our enigmatic journey exploring the realm of telepathy, we stand at the precipice of the known and the unknown, lingering in the dynamic interlude between fact and fiction, science and supernatural, skepticism and belief. We've walked the tightrope tales of telepathy sightings, considered the limitless potential of the human mind, and dared to question the segregation of real from the metaphysical. We've delved into the biological foundations of telepathy, ventured into its emotional landscape, marveled at the silent symphony of telepathic animals, and engaged with the purported experiences of telepathy. In this enchanted narrative, we've brushed past instances of telepathy hidden in our everyday life, contemplated on the ethical implications, and even tiptoed around its potential risks. As we stand on the threshold of the mystical world, we appreciate telepathy's potential as a conduit, allowing a deeper communion with the inherent enchantment of world beyond and within us. So, dear sojourners of the unseen realm, what do you make of this fantastical trip into the depths of telepathy? What tales do you hold close that echo the whispers of this unseen connection? Have you felt the subtle tug of the telepathic thread, or do you remain in the comforting cocoon of skepticism? Do you dare to peer beyond the veil of the mundane, to question, to explore, to believe? We invite you to share your thoughts and experiences. Engage in this mystical discourse on our platform. Our journey doesn't end here. It merely evolves, taking turns as baffling as the riddles they seek to unravel. We encourage you to become a part of this fantastical exploration, to join us as we continue to weave enchanting tales, light up unseen paths, and unfurl the magical threads of Sundusk Sagas. Do remember to like and subscribe, for we are a community of curious souls united by our shared love for the mystical, and there is magic to be found in every shared saga. Till the next Twilight tale unfolds, farewell.